The Bible says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some have coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." Make sure you take heed to that verse, people. It's important. It's a real verse for a real reason. God says things because they're true. People obsess over money. They focus on money and power. And they think money, power, that equals respect. And that equals friendship. But the truth of the matter is, it doesn't really yield any of those things. A lot of times it's more to do with rejecting Jesus, because there's rich people who I'm sure are pretty unpopular, who are believers, and they probably they stick to themselves a lot, Jay-Z actually made a quote, and he's a Freemason, Illuminatist. He said, "The party begins when the church leaves," and we as believers, we're the church, so basically we're the party poopers, right? Maybe to an extent. I mean, hey, I'll be the first one to admit that I like to have fun and party, but I don't have to have sex outside of marriage. I don't have to do cocaine. I can have a beer, have a little smoke, do a little something or another. It's not a big deal. And if you feel okay doing those things, like the Bible says not to do it, but you basically shouldn't do it. But if you're like addicted to those things, there's nothing saying you can't get saved either. So you can still be saved even if you go to a party from time to time. So it's these false dichotomies. People assume that Jesus is the antithesis of fun or the antithesis of money. No, it doesn't mean that you're supposed to be poor. It's the love of money that is the root of all evil. I think it is important to wait until marriage, to respect that bond of unity, and that's for our own sake, so that we have a more successful relationship in the long run sooner, and that's going to bring us more happiness, and it's a safer route too, In this day and age, it's just unsafe to sleep around. And this is where some of the many sorrows that it's talking about happens. They go against the way of God because they have access to all these sins, and it's just not helpful. That's all.